it's Friday. Woo!
I like how you
Woo!
I like it how you I like it how your personality immediately switches over from like you're like exhausted and sad beforehand, and all of a sudden then when you laugh, you're like it's like someone injected like pure caffeine into your bloodstream.
Injected, rejected and sad. Is that what you said?
No, dejected and sad. You're not rejected.
Dejected and sad. Yeah,
Nah,
dejected.
Todd.
Well,
Listen, Todd.
dejected and sad is my base state.
No, Dad. Well,
That's my
Todd.
base
Look, I
state.
mean, compared to my life, you're like you're an example of a successful, functioning modern man.
Dear God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, yeah. So am I, man. So am I.
Lovely wife, home, children.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You're a real fuck up.
yeah. They have these new suicide machines in Sweden. If you want assistance with that.
I'm,
That's
I've
disturbing.
I know I've given it some thought, but truth is, I hate traveling. So
Dude,
I'll just stay in Florida and be miserable.
did you look at? Have you seen? Did you know what I'm talking about? Those suicide machines.
Yeah,
No.
they're
You
actually
haven't
supposed
seen
to be.
these?
Oh
Yeah.
God, dude, I thought that was just a joke from Futurama. It's real.
No,
No.
they have it. It's in Switzerland. It's in
Oh,
Switzerland, not Sweden.
insane.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
and they're
It's it's like the Simpsons didn't foresee the future, but it's the same creators.
yeah.
Disturbing.
No,
It's like Canadian.
they're
It's like Canadian healthcare when you hear about people calling asking for help with mental problems and they tell them to kill themselves.
yeah, no, it's creepy. Let me see if
Well,
I can
yeah.
find this real quick. What's
Well,
crazy is like, well, go ahead and talk. You're good.
no, I was gonna say that in defense of the Canadians' approach, it does save their health system a lot of money. So
Ugh.
Was it Swedish or Norwegian?
Switzerland. It's called Dignitas.
Switzerland.
Yeah, Switzerland Dignitas suicide machine or suicide pod, I think.
Dude, that's just gross.
Don't ask me how I know this. I spend way too much time on the internet.
You're researching the wrong things.
Yeah, well, I've had some dark days in the past couple of years.
Yeah, I understand. Here.
Yeah, have you, oh, it reminds me that the Nirvana edition of the for Guitar Hero, instead of being a guitar, it's shotguns.
That's evil.
There she is, an assisted suicide pod that passed an independent legal review. So you push a button, the pod will fill with nitrogen gas, rapidly lowering oxygen levels and killing the user.
That's
And this
insane.
dummy's laying in there. And here's the crazy thing. You want to know the crazy part? The crazy part is that the button that turns the machine on is in the inside.
Yeah.
You
You
have
to
to
press it
push
yourself.
the button. You push that. There it is. You push that little button. You're dead. Just ridiculous. They're all happy about it. They're like, oh,
It's fucking obscene.
yeah, it is. Well, because apparently, like, there's like dads, like, there's like a dad fighting against this because his daughter wants to use it to end herself, and she's not sick. Like, she has no illness. She has no.
Yeah.
Just wants to end herself, and of course they're like, yeah, absolutely. And so he's fighting the government because the government's like, yeah, we'll kill your kid for you. These people should be. I don't even know, man. It's so disgusting. I don't know, man. It's really.
They're vile.
It's really you see this and you're like, and then people are like, depopulation is a conspiracy theory. You're like, is it?
It's not. It's not.
And it seems like it's real.
We're facing a population collapse if we don't start having more people.
I know. It's up to you guys, Zach and Avery. You're required by law to fuck as many women as possible.
Yeah.
Todd, I have been trying to do that my whole life, And
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
Elon's doing his part, man. That's the reason he keeps having kids with all these just weird chicks, man.
Well, yeah, but remember, Elon Musk is a billionaire. I can barely pay
Yeah,
my
he
rent. So
exact.
yeah.
Oh, exactly. If I was a billionaire, I'd be doing the same thing.
Oh yeah. Listen, you know,
The same thing.
MK
if,
says,
if
"Is that why it's purple?" Snap.
Why is it? Is the way it's snap? Yeah, dude.
Well,
It's it's what this is one of the most obscene things I've ever seen in my life.
I know. Well, you know what? Here's the best part. The first woman to use the
And I
suicide
watched a
pod had to be
Serbian film.
Avery. Read that.
First woman to use suicide pod had to be strangled to death due to malfunction. Oh God.
She signed the paperwork, man. It malfunctioned, so they just opened it up and choked her out. You need to superimpose Thanos over it. That's what MK says. It's the Thanos. It's the Thanos device. It does kind of look like a a Thanos suppository. Hello, I'm going to Thanos' anus.
I hate these people so much.
Yeah.
Get your dream summer body without diet or exercise.
Sorry about that. We can.
God, this is so crazy. It's a detachable 3D printed capsule. Like they didn't even fucking mass produce it. It's just 3D printed, which is crazy.
These people all belong in prison.
Well, you know what? God damn it! If I ever get to the point where I want to off myself, I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way, the good old-fashioned American way. Yeah. I'm just I'm just going to drink myself to death.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not that it's not that I don't understand somebody
end my
who
life
has
like a man,
who has a
just remember. Wait, Zach.
terminal.
Just remember, Zach. When it comes to alcoholism, slow and steady wins the race.
Oh, guys. Yeah. Look, guys. When I moved. Sorry, Avery. When I moved down here, like a few years ago, you and all back when you were still up in New York City, you and all our friends there were joking about how you were going to see me like, driving down I-95 in a giant pickup truck with like American flags flying everywhere, like firing
No. It was no. Be accurate. You have to be accurate. It was on a motorcycle with a bandolier and a couple of samurai swords.
Yeah.
We were thinking Mad Max.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
That's it was a negative.
It's suicide by cop. Suicide by cop is a hallowed Florida tradition down here. We actually had a guy in my area who shot up a pharmacy, and it didn't end well.
I think we're all doing. I think the three of us, and I'll include Andrew, even though he's not here yet. We're all doing fine by suicide by Golden Corral. So.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Well, listen. If the booze doesn't get me, the diabetes will. So.
Happy Friday! Let's talk about suicide, everyone.
All right. Well, I have a funny story to tell you. Actually, I've been saving this story for a couple of years.
Oh shit!
Well, no, for a few months. Yeah, we actually, we had one down here, but it closed. But there's actually an all-you-need Chinese buffet in one town over, and they have a $15 all-you-can-eat like lunch special.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going there tomorrow.
What's the story?
So remember, last December, I went to Japan to visit my mom, and I just only at that point really understood what the meaning of the word weeabo was. Basically like what a weeb was. Basically, it's like an American or Western fan of anime who's really really into it.
Yeah.
So I get off at Haneda Airport. Collecting my luggage. I am bone tired because I just flown about 22 hours, and I'm over like three and stopped 3 times. And as I'm getting off the plane, I look around and I see a bunch of young, pretty. I'm assuming they're American, but they might have been British.
Yeah.
They're all very young, very blonde, and they're all wearing those like frilly maid outfits. And like they're all wearing like the giant cat ears,
Yeah.
like the cat ear things.
You have my attention.
Yeah. So then I keep spotting them all over the city. I mean, Japanese Westerners who are really into uh who are really 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 into otaku culture. They don't play. They go all in. I mean, so yeah, I'm looking at these very pretty girls who are dressed up like a lot of them actually, some were actually wearing Sailor Moon outfits. They were coming off the plane and they were wearing Sailor Moon outfits,
Mm-hmm.
and lots of leg.
Okay.
So at the time I'm thinking, none of these girls probably speak a word of Japanese. I mean, I know I don't. So and I noticed that a lot of them actually have tattoos. Like Japanese character tattoos on their arms. So I asked my mother what those characters meant. I think I memorized them, and she said that they were complete nonsense. I think like it was like it was like random words that were just they were just like burned, like, inked into their hands, into her arms.
Okay.
But I'm thinking my mom may have been like kind of maybe sugarcoating it, because if I was a tattoo artist and I wanted to like really like stick it to like to Western anime fans who are traitors for not liking good old fashioned American comics. God damn it! I mean, well, that's why the industry's dying, because these spoiled brats won't read, like rehash Spider-Man stories, or the resurrection of Wolverine for the 15th time. What's wrong with these kids? So if I wanted to fuck with those kids and I owned the tattoo parlor, I would tattoo on their arms in kanji or hiragana and katakana, words like "I'm available for rent for like $15 an hour." I
Mhm.
have no life. I live in my mom's basement, and I do horrible things to myself while watching hentai.
Okay.
And also I hate Japan. I hate Japanese. Long live China. Fuck you. Fuck you all. Burn down Tokyo. Please kick my ass.
Okay. I don't know what to say to that.
Well, how about the fact? Probably was the fact that I was really sleep deprived, and I just got off the plane from. I just got off the plane from. I literally flew from Daytona Beach to Charlotte, and I missed my plane from Charlotte because apparently the plane broke down. So I had to literally like rebook. So what should have been like an 18-hour flight took about 26 hours all told, and I literally had to sleep in the airport at LAX, which was very very spooky actually, because there was literally no one in the terminal, because it was 2 a.m. and there was nothing to eat, and all the bathrooms were closed. But that's LA for you. So yeah, I was in kind of a foul mood. So I remember, I was lacking charitable like feelings of charity towards my fellow human beings, and especially towards young people whose only real fault was that they liked the popular culture of another country more than was really healthy for
Mhm.
them. But I will say this about weebs: at least they're not K-pop fans. Those people are scary.
K-pop scares
There's
me,
a
man.
lot of overlap.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, that's my story. Maybe I think it was funny. You know, that's all I have to say. Where the hell is Andrew?
He's coming in. He's getting in here. I got something for you guys.
Okay.
Um
So I'm gonna go mute. Okay, just so because I have my aircon on. I don't want you to hear it.
Sure. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Andrew just popped in actually. There he goes. Oh, look, there he is.
That's right.
Well,
it's
looky,
me.
looky, looky who the cat dragged in.
Hey guys.
Uh-huh. Hey.
Sorry.
How are
Hey.
you?
I have other friends.
No, you don't.
I know I don't, but how's it going, guys?
How dare
Good.
you?
Good. How are you?
Um, I was just thinking of topics for tonight, or
I got a few.
actually topics for sometime soon.
Mhm,
With Heroes Con like literally right around the corner.
mhm.
We should talk about guests and maybe some goals, and maybe
Oh,
talk about
sure.
who all might be coming. Because if there's somebody that wants to drive up with me, I'd be very excited. So I
That's
know
a
you
hint.
only mentioned it to him last night, but it'd be very
Mhm.
exciting if he could come with us.
Yeah, yeah.
I know he
Who
hasn't
anyone.
committed, but yeah,
Yeah.
we need to
All right.
pressure him.
Yeah, we should absolutely talk about that.
Yeah.
Your
Plus,
volume, by the way, Andrew, is a little on the low side.
oh, okay. Hold on a second.
It's just a little low. Not too bad.
Let me look and see what I got going on here. Input. No, it's at the regular level.
No, is it me? I mean, everyone
My
else sounds
speakers are at
normal.
the right level. Yeah.
Does he
Maybe
sound?
it's
Does Avery? Does Andrew sound low to you?
do I sound low?
No, he's all right.
Okay, maybe it's just me then.
Maybe if it was
Uh,
too low, he wouldn't care.
That's
It
true.
was like if we could block him out. If he was low enough, we could block him out. That works
It's
for
true.
him.
He wouldn't. He wouldn't give a shit.
He wouldn't complain about that.
We
That's
we
right.
we can discuss that. I also got a couple things.
All right.
I discovered a new Jason Pearson comic that I didn't know existed, and it's really, really good.
Yeah.
I got a couple things. I got a couple things on the plate. Should I share? You want to see a new
Sure.
Jason
Absolutely.
Pearson? You
Can
might
you
have
give me
you
an
might have
idea what
seen
it is?
this.
I may have seen it before. So just because you hadn't seen it doesn't mean I didn't know it existed.
No, well, it's public, as you know, a lot of people, I'm sure, but there's a reason why I would never have picked this up. Why I didn't know it was a Jason Pearson comic. You ready for
Okay.
this?
Sure.
Well, let me share. It always takes a second, so let me load it, and then I'm
Is
going to
it
share
from
it.
Dark Horse?
No, it's a Marvel book.
Oh,
Yeah. You ready?
a Marvel book. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the annual?
He did this X-Force annual. And the reason why I probably never would have picked this up is because he was doing a ton of covers for Deadpool and all that kind of stuff, right? And I like Jason Pearson, but I'm not buying the book just for the cover, like a
Wasn't
$7
this
book
just
for a
like a
cover.
short story, or wasn't it just a part of it?
No. So here's what's interesting. The reason, in my opinion, why I didn't know that this existed,
Mhm.
look who they have up here for the credits
Yeah,
at
I
the
see
top.
that.
Kyle, Yost, and Crane. They're not in the book, bro. It's a misprint. They didn't put the right people on the book.
That happened
Do you-
a few times with Jason Pearson, where they
yeah.
credited the wrong people on the cover.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
So
wow.
imagine this. Would you pick up a book that was drawn by Jason Pearson and written by Robert Kirkman?
Yeah,
Probably.
I might have picked that up if I'd had an idea that existed.
But if you
And
looked at the cover, you didn't know either one of those guys were involved.
and Kirkman, Pearson, and Dave Stewart is the colorist. Kirkman, Pearson, and Stewart is not on the cover.
I think
Kirkman is
I
not
think
on the cover.
the people
What,
that
Mr.
were
Walking Dead?
the
Huh?
people that were credited on the cover were the team that was working on the regular issues. This is
Correct.
the annual.
Correct.
So
They fucked up. They completely messed up. It should say Kirkman, Pearson, and Stewart, and I probably would have picked up the book in a heartbeat.
did you ever see
Sure.
that Robin annual that he did? Robin from Batman and Robin? He did one
I
of the
don't
Robin
know.
annuals at one time too.
Maybe. I'm not really sure. But this
Yeah,
one, I'm gonna blow this up a little bit so you can kind of see it because the art is really good.
No, I have seen this issue. I don't remember picking up on the fact that he wasn't credited on the cover.
Yeah. Check that out, Avery. That's pretty sick.
Yep.
Yeah, he's leaning heavy on the gold there.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's really good. It's a good book. It's not Body Bags, but Body Bags isn't. It was never was a way late book, right? This is really good. Like, look at Wolverine up there.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that cool? Look at that pose. That's so good.
Oh yeah. Yeah. May have to track this down.
It's really good, dude. There's some good stuff in here. I'm just gonna scroll through some of it so you can kind of see it.
Now, do you remember him working on that? I think it was Astounding X-Men, where he did like the first 3
Yes.
issues of a storyline
do.
and then didn't finish the 4th one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was the Monstrous storyline. I think Tim Bradshaw finished it.
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah. I don't think he could ever do a monthly book. I don't think he
No.
ever had the ability to.
No, he's a
Much of
perfectionist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's a perfectionist. Look at these bodies falling, dude. Like, look how good this is.
Yeah.
It flows really well. Right? The story's really good. Look at this. Stepping on this dude's head. And look, he's got like some dude's head like ripped off. He couldn't resist. It's got like his neck. Some dude's head over there. Isn't that good?
Yeah. Whew.
And then yeah, it's just really good. I mean, it's a comic. It's a full, one full issue worth. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I remember that scene where he slices
That's
his
it.
arm and it falls into 3 pieces. It was kinda
Yeah, it's
funny.
pretty chunky. So I wanted to share that because I was like, oh man, what a nice little discovery, because I had never seen this book. I remembered the cover, but of course I never saw the interior because I was like, oh, it's a good cover. Right? Like, I saw all of his Deadpool covers and I never opened the book because he didn't do anything in the book, really. I mean, a little bit, but not much. I was like, yeah, whatever. But this, I was like, this is really good, man. Robert Kirkman too. Like, come on. And then I've been looking at some of the old Silver Surfer books. Here, I need to share screen. I understand. Let me share a window. There we go. That's easier. 1 second. There we go. You see this? All right.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, classic. I've been looking at the colors and the pacing, and these scans are really good. And the reason I was looking at this right now is because they also just came out with the omnibus, the Silver Surfer omnibus, like a redux, because I guess there was a misprint in the first one, but it looks so good, and it's all John Buscema. It's like a straight run of John Buscema, and I think the last issue was Jack Kirby.
Wasn't that the one that I gave you, Avery, from Richard? The Silver Surfer, John Buscema.
I think so.
Oh
Yeah.
oh. Well, it's on my buy list.
I don't know if that one had an error in it or not. I mean,
Yeah, it did. The first that's why they went back to print. They went back to print with like better binding, I guess. And
really? Okay.
Yeah, and it was like one page was misprinted. It's just whatever. But look at these colors.
Well, Avery, you're just gonna have to give it back. You can't have it now.
Okay.
Because it has a misprint.
I doubt he even noticed. It's
no one notices.
99.9% beautiful.
Yeah, the only misprint is they reprinted the top half of a page by accident because they were cutting out all of the ads. And remember how they used to do those half-page ads?
Yep.
Yeah, it was because of that. Like they just fucked up on the. But look how good this stuff is, dude. It's so good. Just the colors. So I'm really looking at the colors and the pacing, and seeing how they really like, because I have the
That-
black and whites. I've got the
that
essential
panel-
editions.
That panel back up there, that's classic, where he's whipping the feet, the legs.
Yeah, this is in How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way.
Yep. And some
Yeah,
gorgeous
it's just
stuff.
really good. Really just, and the reason why I also thought about getting the omnibus is that I read in a old John Romita or John Buscema interview that this run, his Silver Surfer run, was what he considered to be his best work.
Really?
Yeah. So in his opinion, in his personal opinion, this was his favorite. Like he was like, yeah, I think I did a good job on that book, on that series.
Okay.
And the one with Thor on the cover is his favorite issue.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, artist choice, I guess. But yeah, like it's just the colors like are so good. I miss this. Look how good this is. Yeah, like the colors just sing like this, like so well. They just work. I really think that this kind of style, if you got the right paper, is better than the modern coloring styles. Like if you added like one more color, like a shadow matte, so it was a little more animated looking, like I think it would be a perfect color scheme for comics. You know, I miss the yellow backgrounds and the orange backgrounds and the green interiors that have nothing to do with anything. It's just purely because of the colors that they had to work with, you know?
Yeah. So they went with expressive color.
Yeah,
There's
just
been
whatever made it feel
times-
good.
There has been times when I was coloring coloring something, doing a coloring job, and I would color something very simply with expressive color, kind of old school, and they would make me change it.
Oh,
It's like, yeah,
So
I
dumb.
colored those characters that simply and that shadowed color because they're super small. There's no point in doing, like, even though digital, I can do everything local color on a character drawn that small, but
yeah.
it makes sense just to make them this one solid color that's expressive. And
Yeah.
I was still told to change it. I was just like, oh, this sucks.
MK says that he can almost smell the pages. Yeah, like look at this.
Yeah.
Like the yellow background, like it's not about being realistic, but it makes it pop. It makes you look at it and it makes it look like it has more action because of the zack. Like it looks like an electric explosion, you know, like it just has that vibe. MK says, yeah, and feel the paper just seeing these panels. Yeah, I got something about that actually, MK. So, stay tuned. I got some an interesting thing that happened the other day that I'm going to share. That's happening tonight actually, which I'm very excited about. But yeah, like look at that green. Like the green of the roof matches the green of this guy's pants. Like it just flows really well, man. It's just so. Like I said, if this was on modern paper, it wouldn't look good. It would be too much, but it just soaks into the paper just enough to where the black line pops and it really feels like a shot. Like it really feels like a good scene, you know? MK says as long as it doesn't involve a purple capsule, cool.
I know. That was one of the most obscene things I've ever seen in my life, and I watched a Serbian film.
A Serbian film.
What the hell are you guys talking about? Purple capsule?
You missed it.
Okay.
You weren't here.
Okay.
Suicide capsules in Switzerland. You go in, you
Yeah.
lay down, it looks like a pod, you push a button and it kills you.
Okay.
And it's a real
Yeah.
thing. It's disgusting.
It's really pretty hardcore. Anyway, I wanted to share this because like these are so MK says I wouldn't say missed it, Bob. We did compare it to a Thanos suppository, so yeah. Well, I'll share with this. This is so the reason why this is also interesting is so our pal Peter Samedi. So Peter is a publisher. He's a young guy, but he's been doing independent comics now for like 19 years or something. He's like been printing on newsprint forever because he's like me and us. Like thing.
Yeah.
The old school newsprint is the way a comic book should be printed. And so
Yeah.
for his company,
Yeah.
they print
And
everything on newsprint.
And the industry keeps telling you they can't do this.
Right.
They keep saying they can't do it, and he goes, "Yes, you can." And
Yeah.
we'll
So
show you.
yeah. So what's really great, I don't know if you saw this, Avery, but he is now doing a Fund My Comic campaign. It launches tonight. The live stream starts at like 9 p.m. So anytime now. But he's launching a Fund My Comic where he is going to start printing his own. He's going to have his own printing service, and he's going to print on newsprint. And it's high quality
Nice.
newsprint, and the blacks look really solid. I mean, he it's Peter Simeti, so like dude knows his stuff, right? So the blacks look really solid. Like if you see this, and they're really
Looks good.
affordable. They're really affordable. For like a quantity of 200 in black and white at 24 pages, it's $1.18 a piece to print.
Oh wow.
Super affordable. And this is for the mini. So he has mini and he has standard. Standard's a little more expensive at $1.66 for 24 pages, but that's color. Or sorry, no, for full color, it's $2. But the great thing is look at this. Let's see if I can make this bigger. So this is the mini comic test print. Look at that. And the ink doesn't come off on your fingers. Look how good that is.
Yeah, that looks great. And that's modern coloring.
Modern coloring on like a really nice newsprint.
Yeah, and most of his comics are under $2.
Yep. Isn't that cool? And he's gonna show you, I think, like there's nothing on his fingers. And what's really cool is and this is why I love Peter, because he's a super nerd like us. He's making it a point to show like a book straight from the digital comic printer. These books don't lay flat, right? They always have that bend in them.
Yeah.
But the books he's going to be doing, they're all going to be laying flat. And he talks about it here. I didn't know this. But basically the deal is like apparently the right way to another great part with all of this is that I'll be able to get the books to lay flat. For some unusual reason, most digital comic book printers seem to struggle with getting books to lay flat. They bow out in the middle and become unwieldy in the comic box or convention table. This happens largely because the pages need to be individually folded first and then assembled, not assembled and then folded. By assembling each comic in the correct order, print, fold, collate, staple, and trim, I'm able to print comics that lay flat and look almost indistinguishable from the product you'd receive from a commercial printer. He's going to be outsourcing the cover production to a local commercial printer, which will save him money on time, paper, ink, and machinery. All I need to do is pick up the cover sheets and then assemble them with the interiors. In some ways, I think these comics will look better than anything we've done in the past, and I think you'll feel that way too. The interiors will be printed with archival inks that will be waterproof and fade resistant. Another bonus with these inks, they'll stay on the page and not on your hands. So this is like super modern, fade resistant archival ink on newsprint, bro. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this. So I'm absolutely going to be supporting this 100%.
I wonder if he's going to be printing all his own books this way.
I think so. I think he will. I'm pretty sure. I talked to him a little bit online, and he was like, "Yeah, like, I think what he's going to be doing is he'll be able to keep his price point the same if this gets funded, and other people are paying for the printing process, right? Like basically it'll be free for him to use. And then when he sells his books for $1 or $2, because he's very, he doesn't charge a lot, his stuff will be, it'll be profit for him. MK says, it looks like you get vouchers. Yeah. So this is why I'm excited. At the $25 level, which is his number one thing, you actually get a sample pack of your comic. So we could send off the Adult Fantasy Devoid comic and the Ashcan that we have and get an Ashcan and a Devoid comic sample. And then, the rest of these, of course, for $10, you just get a general sample. But for all the other levels, $50, $75, $100, these are all vouchers. So you're just basically pre-buying, you're pre-ordering the comic book run, right? I'll be honest, and I don't mind saying it here, this also might be good, Avery, if we wanted to print, say, like a dozen or two copies of that WAGMI book that those guys haven't been able to print for us. I'd much rather have it on
just get permission to do it.
Yeah. I'm just saying, just to have a couple copies, I could talk to Scott and those guys. But this is the way you would want to do it. This is the way it's going to look really good. So, but yeah, this is like, I've talked to Peter Samedi before about printing through him. This is now a perfect option. The only problem I had before is that those printers that he was using, they're newspaper printers. And so they were printing his books and they were like fine. They were totally fine. But sometimes the black ink would be faded a little bit. Yeah. Right. It wouldn't be so dark because it was meant for newspapers. I'm being super, super nitpicky. Like normal people would have looked at it and it would have looked like a comic from the 90s or 80s or 70s. Like it looks like a normal comic. This though is, this looks perfect. Like this is the mastery right here. This is what we want. So I'm very, 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 very excited about this. And very excited to get some of our books physically done. And the minimums, the other thing is the minimums are great. We don't need 10,000 copies, and print on demand is good, which is probably what we were going to do. But print on demand, you are paying a premium because it's print on demand, right? With this, his cap, because he's one man shop, his cap is going to be 200 pieces, 200 quantity. And at 200 quantity, like that's really not that bad. Like that's completely doable. You know what I mean? Like that's not bad at all. So
how much is 200 for a regular book?
Dude, well, it's going to be for a standard comic. How many pages?
20.
So 20 pages. 20 pages, 200 quantity, full color at $177 a piece.
All right.
Yeah. So you're looking at like I don't know my math. 3,700. Is that it? 3,700 for 200 pieces? No, I'm wrong. I'm doing way too much math. See, this is why I can't math on Friday.
Yeah.
It's like $400. It's less than $400.
It's a dollar what?
200 times $177. God, I can't do math in my head. $354.
Yeah.
For 200 copies. Full color, Avery. Full color.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And that's the way it should be. And that's actually a lower cost because it's newsprint, which is what you want, honestly, in my opinion, as being nerds. That is a lower per unit cost than if you do print on demand.
Yeah.
Print on demand is like double or triple that. Right. So that is fucking awesome. And I don't mind cussing because that is fucking awesome. I'm very, very, very excited about this. And I know Peter's going to be hopping on here in a minute and selling stuff. I'm very excited by it. I hope it goes really well, and I hope he gets it. I'm going to support it for sure. He has a pretty good base. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm very hopeful that he'll get this.
Mhm.
We'll pipe back in here in a minute to see what's up. What else do I got? A Jordy Bernay, Sin City
Oh wow.
from Comics Link. Look at that sketch, dude. You know how bad I want this drawing?
Yeah.
You know how bad I want this?
Oh, I signed up for Nerdcrawler, but they've changed their name though since I signed up.
Really? They're not called Nerdcrawler anymore?
No.
Really?
Yeah, they changed their name the other day. It's
What's it called now? Rare Mark.
Rare Mark, yeah.
Oh, I like that better, actually. That's a good name.
Yeah, I signed that up. So I'll start trying to go through some stuff and start posting artwork there for sale.
Good.
Right now I only have one piece. I posted that Conan I did a while back.
Are you posted something?
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh crap. That Joker's Asylum Penguin cover, someone has it for sale for
damn.
$5,000. You see this?
Damn. Yeah. Wow.
Holy shit. God damn it. This is why I can't stand these sites, because that's just not fair. Oh, I love that cover so much. Damn. Okay, I will look at this later. Son of a bitch. Let's see where Avery's is. Remark. Interesting, says MK.
Oh wait, somebody has one of my old pieces on there. Huh.
Oh, look at that. That's awesome, dude. I love that.
Yeah, I did that years ago. Years ago. Huh.
That's an awesome drawing, dude. That's really good.
Was
Yeah,
that a
that's really
convention
old.
sketch?
No, but I did it for sale at conventions.
That looks really good, Avery. I love this Conan.
Oh, thanks. I didn't know there was other artwork on there somebody had. So whoever bought that, I believe, is somebody who's Comic Geek Speak.
Oh.
I believe.
Well,
it's
you know who
somebody
has
who's-
this? Anthony's has it.
Okay.
There was
Anthony's is an art dealer.
there was a bunch of pieces up for sale. I forgot on which site, but it was a lot of stuff you would recognize, and it was by a guy who was big into buying art from Geek Speak shows. I forgot the guy's name, but if you saw it, you would know who I was talking about, Avery.
Okay.
He had it Alex Believe, Doctor Doom that was up for sale.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Some really gorgeous stuff.
Oh, so much art. Okay. What else we got? I've got a couple of the other things that I have. We could review Rob Liefeld's 2025 Youngblood. MK says that's yours. Yeah, that was Avery's. This is one of Avery's pieces.
Yeah. That's a sketch I did. It's on like 8.5 by 11 colored like cardstock paper.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking it was a convention sketch. Because
yeah, it wasn't done at a convention, but it was
okay,
done for the kind of thing that would move easy at a convention.
Right.
And then your Conan is that 8.5 by 11 as well?
No, that's 11 by 17.
11 by 17. Yeah, that's wicked.
I just put make an offer just to see what someone would be willing to give for it. If someone will give me $200, I'll sell it to them.
MK says, great talent, so I knew it was yours. And then he says, and it's categorized as your art. Yeah, this is under Avery Butterworth. Yeah. So if you just type in his name, it pops up.
Yeah. The Conan I have for sale, and the Spider-Man somebody else has for sale. Yeah, I did that years ago. What's the date on that? I can't read it.
2011. Hold
2011.
on, let's see. No, I don't know. I can't tell. Avery. Oh gosh. Oh, it won't let me scroll down that far. Damn it. Oh, it's got my. Let's see. There you go. Oh, it won't. I think it says 20. Oh, I can't tell. I can't tell your. It's got a circle and a. Damn it! Hold on for a second.
It looks like it's 09 or something.
I can't get down there. Press Z to enable disable. I won't. Let's see if I can. I can't. Here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to steal it. Right click, save it.
Oh yeah. I
Let's
bet
see,
you it's
it
09.
is 09. That's what it is.
Yep.
Yeah, 09. Damn, dude, 09. Right on.
It's when all
LFG.
the zombie stuff was still popular, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I used a little like gouache paint and stuff to like paint in like the zombie jaw and use the color of the paper for the rest, you know?
Andrew, how you doing? I could pop over to. We could review some Youngblood, unless you have.
Well, I
some
just
stuff.
wanted to show. I just wanted to show one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Last Saturday was Free Comic Book Day, and I picked up a couple of Free Comic Book Day issues.
Oh hell yeah!
I picked up the Mad Cave Speed Racer Zero, which was kind of fun. I picked up the Amazing Spider-Man Ultimate Universe issue, but I also picked up the Energon Universe, which is Kirkman's world at over at Image Comics with GI Joe and Transformers, and a third book called Void Rivals. This issue is actually kind of cool in the fact that it teams up Hound from Transformers with Clutch from GI Joe, and in it, Hound is having a hard time transforming back into a Jeep, so Clutch takes him to a friend of his, and guess who it is? Anybody?
I don't. No idea.
Matt Tracker
Yeah, for Mask.
from Mask.
Oh, that's awesome.
So Mask is been introduced into this universe, but they don't have. There's no title. At least they haven't planned any yet. So I
That's
think
actually
really
pretty cool.
It's very cool. Now
That's-
it is the African American version of Matt Tracker, which they did in IDW's comics line. But they show him in his work station, and you see he's got his mask sitting right there on the table.
That's cool.
So yeah,
Good
that
art
could be
too.
very cool. It could be interesting to introduce the Mask character. I mean, it's all Hasbro, so Transformers, GI Joe, it's all Hasbro. So I wouldn't see why they wouldn't eventually get into Mask. So they do it right.
That's
It'd be
awesome.
very, very cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We got
But,
Peter selling his wares. So I can't wait for this. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. He's even got a new website. I don't know if it's not live yet, but it's newsprintcomics.com.
Oh yeah.
That's great.
I'd love to have comics printed the newsprint way he prints the regular stuff, dude. Because some of that stuff comes out real cheap if you do like
Yep.
1,000 books.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, we'll have to listen in on this in a minute. Oh, here, I'll give a hint.
You trying to share the audio? 'Cause
Like
we're
if-
not hearing anything.
Like if
Oh, you're
if
not,
I took
I'm not sharing
any-
audio.
Yeah, we're not hearing
No.
anything.
Oh,
if I took anything I creator owned to a publisher to be printed, Altern is the one I would want to go with
yeah, I agree.
over Image, over anybody. I would want to do it.
I
through
wonder
Alterna.
how they're going to be affected by the all the stuff with Diamond.
I don't know.
Who?
Alterna.
I don't
know
think
if
they're
they're
affected at
going
all.
through Diamond or if they're going.
No,
through,
no, they don't go through Diamond at all.
Yeah.
They go there. They do. They've been selling on. They've been basically selling their entire season of comics. They sell all of it as a season on Kickstarter and Indiegogo. MK says tomorrow is the premiere of the Alex Ross documentary film or documentary from that Kickstarter. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that I want to see as well.
But when it comes specifically to newsprint,
Can you hear that audio?
Yeah. we can
there's
find
been
out.
so many things over the past 2 years. I've noticed that for us, the pricing has doubled. And it's not that newsprint isn't feasible or viable anymore necessarily. It's the fact that we have to get our quantities up to 4 times what we're used to selling at to get it back to the point of what
Yep.
our price point was at.
Wow.
So that's just not something that's going to happen overnight, if ever. And that's just being realistic about it. So I really had to think the past couple of months, is this it for newsprint? Do we not do newsprint single issues anymore? Do I move on from that and have to increase the price point and do like maybe an uncoated natural stock or something like that that's closer, has a little bit of a vellum, a toothy finish to it? I hate like the slick kind of copy paper.
Oh, I hate that shit.
And I don't mean to offend anyone who has to go this road. I've been down there before, and I get it. You got to do what you got to do to get your comic out there. I'm not trying to shame anybody about what they have to do to get things done. But for me personally, like I've been there, done that. I don't want to go back to that. And I definitely don't want to charge like 2 to 3 times on a comic for something that I just view it as inferior to what we were doing before. So looking through a lot of my options, I was kind of shocked that we could actually do this. Now, I'm going to have to start from the beginning. Why not? Why not?
Oh, this can be a good stream, dude. I don't want to EPAP the whole thing.
Yeah,
gonna
it's
have to
kind of
watch it
thing we
later.
should. We're gonna have to watch that later.
We're gonna have to actually watch this because it's like gonna be really
Yeah,
good.
yeah, it's gonna be real. Because Peter is always so transparent about everything.
Everything. Yep. He's just a legitimate guy.
Yeah, I mean, he if like, oh, you want to know who I'm printing with, what I'm using? It's this guy, this person. They cost this. Like he'll put it all out there.
Yep. Yep.
Just no
100%.
There's never any shenanigans with this dude
No, he really
on
does just put
anything.
the shit
On
out there.
anything.
And he produces
super
so
legit.
many books for so many people, man.
Yes, he produces his own books. He publishes other people's books.
Yep. And he's been keeping the price point at $1 for years.
Some of his books are $1.50, $2 now because
Yeah, but still,
prices keep jumping.
it's always the lowest in the industry.
Yes.
It's always the lowest in the industry. So he's a good guy. Cool. I'm gonna have to watch that. Something we can watch now though. Let me share. You guys are gonna dig this. This is something we can kind of EFAP here.
And what I've always liked about Alterna books, if you pick up an Alterna book and you don't like it, oh well, it was $1,
Yeah.
$1.50. Who cares? So what? Just
Right.
on to the next. It's like buying comics in the 80s. If you bought a Marvel comic for $1 or $1.50 and you didn't like it, so what? You didn't get
Right.
bent out of shape.
Right. If you buy something for $1 or $2, you're like, oh, that sucks, whatever. But nowadays, like if I'm buying if I'm buying a 22-page comic or a 20-page comic for $7, like that shit better be by somebody who's gonna murder it. Like I'm gonna, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
MK says exactly, Avery, no loss.
Yeah. So like whenever I would buy Alterna books and I go, oh, I didn't care for that one, and I toss it aside, I wasn't phased at all. But when I bought a Marvel comic or a DC comic for like about $5 and it sucked, like I was pissed. I was like, like I was really angry about it.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
when I buy
I
it,
feel so
now
bad.
when I pay $20 for a comic that I bought, that's like it's like a crowdfunder, then it's like I'm buying it because it's like I want to support that person as an individual,
Right. If the
and it's
like,
more of a
yeah,
object of art kind of thing comes in.
that's right. I have been.
Does it come
Go ahead, sorry.
signed and all that? Like that creates the value for me.
And there have been books that I've gotten from Indiegogo or Kickstarter or whatever that was like, I got it and it wasn't good, or it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm more like, oh man, fuck, all right. But I don't. It's not as bad because I know that this is an independent artist and like I'm helping them do their thing. Like at least
yeah,
there's that. You're not giving it to like the corporate behemoth who's just ripping you off.
exactly.
MK
'Cause-
says, go ahead. Well, really quick. MK says he says it was exactly, it was why I was selfishly excited about comics going digital and all you can eat and I could explore, not as advertised. Yeah. Yeah. It didn't
oh
go as
yeah,
well, but yeah, exactly.
yeah.
That's why I got into PDF comics, man. Like I really I couldn't get into the digital with all the digital page flipping stuff, but a lot of these sites have just PDFs and you just scroll right through it. To me, that was as close to a
I
comic as I could get.
I thought that I yeah, digital comics really irritated me with the whole everybody wanted to have their own reader app program, and it's like
Mhm.
these things suck. Just give me a PDF.
Yeah,
They're
right.
they're comic reader. It's like that's a piece of shit. Give me a PDF.
That's right. MK says, "Hey, look, if we got the indie comic, we could at least be excited we got delivery." Yeah,
Yeah,
it's true.
yeah.
It's true.
But with the indie
So,
comics, I've also enjoyed watching people grow. Like there's stuff
yeah,
I bought because I just liked them, and
yeah,
they got their first book. I was like, this isn't great, but they got it done. And
yeah,
then the second book came out, I backed it, and I was like, oh, they're getting better, and
yeah.
I'm enjoying watching the growth. And that's the reason I pay that extra amount is I'm vested in watching their growth, and I'm genuinely enjoying that as much or more than the comic.
Yep, yep, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Speaking of, man, I think so were you, Avery, Andrew, and Zach too, but were you guys aware that Rob Liefeld got the rights back, I guess, and released a new Youngblood comic?
Yeah, and it sold like gangbusters, right?
Did he get
It
the rights
sold,
back? I mean, really?
yeah, I think he must have, yep. Um I don't know the numbers. I heard it sold gangbusters. I don't know what that means.
By
Um
today's standards, it's selling well.
well, and the other crazy thing is that the book, he was selling these issues for $35. It's a regular comic length comic for $35. Now
Woo!
I believe they come signed. I believe they all come
Oh,
signed or
okay.
something,
Totally different there. Okay,
right?
you're
I don't think you
okay.
could get one
That
unsigned.
that's fine. $35 for a signed comic, that's fine. Because if you want to go to a con to get it signed, it's going to cost you way more than $35 to go to the con, get in the door, get it signed.
Would you like to see the book?
I've seen some of it on Instagram. Go ahead.
Okay. This is what Robert Norton. He has a wonderful review. It gets a little heated. It's really funny. Um, I will say here, I'm going to play it with a mute while we talk. I will say that so he's comparing it to like New Mutants and X Force, right?
Yeah.
Number one, New Mutants 100. Like I have to say, X Force number 1 and New Mutants 100, all of those New Mutants books, going back and looking at them, they're pretty good. And they're still Rob Liefeld, but they feel good. They feel like good
Yeah.
comics. And I think and this is, I could be wrong, just opinion. I think that the Feld is sort of the reason his stuff doesn't hit as well anymore is because I think his style fit best on old school newsprint comics.
Well, yeah, because people thought he drew with a broken line style because. Well, no, wait. He's one of the people that drew with a broken line style because he thought the lines were broken when it was just the printing.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, he does fit newsprint better.
He fits newsprint better. So Robert Norton's just tearing him up. Like, so there's things on the cover like Shaft's arms. Like this guy can't even pee because he can't reach his privates. Like the proportions are all off. That I always give to Rob because that's kind of Rob, or that's him. You know what I mean? If you want good proportions, you don't get a LaFeld comic. But boy, like some of these, here's my shock, guys. I was shocked at how much nothing is in this comic. Like he got the rights back, and once I saw what was shown, I'm like, did he just do this comic to lock in the rights? Because sometimes, depending on the legal structure, whether it's like a trademark or whatever, you kind of have to have something in the marketplace to reserve the marks, right? Whether it's a registered trademark or whatever, copyright, I'm not sure. But I was like, there's nothing here. Like this is like an empty book. It's really bad. And I'm saying it's really bad for a Rob Liefeld book. And I was like, this is like his big return. Like he's been talking this up for a long time. Yeah, like look, there's nothing there. Like he can't, like, there's no background. All the backgrounds are the colorist, of course, right? And he can't do the other image characters because he doesn't have the rights. But so he silhouettes them to kind of show like, oh look, we're back. There's the Image Eye, and you've got Savage Dragon and Ripclaw and Shadowhawk, and you've got Spawn. Okay, cool. But this page is like, this is like I don't know, an hour. Like there's nothing there. And all the backgrounds are just the colorist. And so watch this. We're going to go inside the shuttle now, okay? We're going to cut to inside the shuttle. There's no hands. He cut off all the hands, and it looks like they're in a movie theater.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing there. It's infuriating. Like there's nothing there. Yeah, he compares it. Hold on, I'm gonna play this.
Other book. It's not fair to compare Rob Liefeld to Mark Silvestri, but by God, look at this shot of the X-Men in the cockpit of the X-Jet. I talked about this in the previous video, so this will be just retreading, but like surrounded with technological detail of the jet. Jean Grey's flying it. She's got a harness on. She's got a headset on. She's got her hands on the control. She's flying the jet. Cyclops is over here working some other control. Jubilee's putting on her skates. Professor X is back there strapped in. Wolverine stood up because he's anxious to get out of the jet. Again, look at the jet. Three-dimensional details. Compare that to this little tiny blurb of a thing that he did here. And trust me, that's the best Liefeld can do. That is it. This guy's been drawing comics for 4 decades, who's the artist of the second highest selling American comic book all the time. When it comes to jets, that's the best he can do. It doesn't get any better. Silvestri's been doing this shit for years. Look at the characters, these heroes in the cockpit. And then look at that. They could be at a fucking movie theater.
Yeah, that's
They're
where
all
I got
sitting
it
down
from.
to go watch Snow White and laugh at Rachel Zegler. They're there to have a good chuckle at that. And see the dark border down here? We just put this is like Mystery Science Theater. We should put Tom Servo and whatever, the guys down here pointing and making fun. This is a giant movie screen. They're on a movie screen and we're watching it, or they're at a movie theater watching a movie. You could just turn this into so many different.
It's so funny, dude. He just tears him up. But like, yeah, this is your Rob is not doing this seriously. And he's comparing it. He's going back and looking at the old books, and these are actually, and to this guy's credit, he's like, yeah, these books are really good. Like there's a setup and there's like action and like,
yeah,
like he's actually not a Rob Liefeld hater. He's a Rob Liefeld fan from back in the day. Right. Look at this boat. Look at the yacht. Look at this setup shot. So they're about to jump out. There's tiny little micro panels that don't like, look at this over here. There's nothing there. So wait, look at this. So I don't know if you can see this, but this is a yacht that looks like it's just like some stairs, right? There's nothing
Yeah.
there, and then you can't totally see it, but there's like some boats or something that's on fire, and they're just triangles sticking out of the water. And then down here, these guys are supposed to about to they're getting ready to jump out of the plane, and they're just silhouettes. There's nothing there. Like he didn't even want to. He just didn't draw it. He didn't want to draw it. And I get it. He must be making really good
But
money from Deadpool stuff, but like, there's nothing
Yeah,
there.
the thing is, Jay Lee would do some bullshit like this, but it'd look way cooler.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, Jay Lee spent his time on composition.
Yeah.
Jay Lee could draw a whole entire silhouette page, and you'd be like, "Ah, that's really cool." Yeah,
I
like,
do
there's
some of this
nothing
same
there.
cheap shit.
Yeah, but you would have drawn that boat at least.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You would have. I mean, you wouldn't have had the whole thing. I mean, there's
The
nothing.
set-
This is a. I mean, what he spent like
The
maybe
setup
like
shot of the
a
boat
day-
would have been cool.
Yeah, what is that? Like, I mean, maybe so far looking at all this, he spent maybe a couple hours drawing it. Like, this isn't, I don't know, man. Like, this isn't even with LaFeld, it's not at his level. Like,
It's not.
I'm
It's not
actually
even LaFeld's best.
right. That's what I mean. And I'm not a LaFeld hater either. I think he actually has a talent when he feels like it.
Oh no, I'm not a LaFeld hater either. I understand why some people like him. I totally get it.
Does
Yeah.
this look like a 24-hour comic to you?
It looks like a 24-hour comic. And like the one thing that Norton says that I think is hilarious is like Rob has developed these new what he calls mashed potato abs, where they're just like jagged lines on the belly that looks like ab details, but if you look at it, there's nothing there. Like, it's really funny. Yeah, so he's comparing. Again, look at these dramatic shots, these characters, that look at the poses, the action. Like, at least he was filling the panels. There's no backgrounds, but who cares? Like, in the 90s, we didn't care about that. We just wanted cool poses. Here, look, they're all standing the same fucking poses that they were in the first shot. And then like, I do agree. Norton says it calls them mashed potato abs. It's really funny.
That Badrock.
Like, yeah, you see how
that Badrock face looks completely different from the one in the cockpit.
yeah. Well, and look, I mean, look at Vogue. Like, her anatomy's all messed up. And then like, look at Shaft, dude. So first he's got like they have these like, look at these balloon muscles or something, right? And then like, look at the abs. Do you see it? They're just like diagonal lines that don't do anything. They just are purely suggestive of something. But there's nothing there. Like, that's not a shape.
This was a very quickly thrown together comic book.
It was very quickly thrown together. There's one panel that's kind of cool in the whole book. I don't like that. It looked like he kind of spent some time on. And even that is a little LaFeldized, but you know, like, yeah, there's just nothing there. Yeah, like look at he's focusing on the abs. Like what is that? Like, there's nothing that's not anything, right? It just looks like detail, but it doesn't define any shapes.
All right, we need to do a 24-hour comic, but do 1 hour a day for 24 days. Do 24-page or 22-page story and a cover. We could do better than this.
So this is where I'm gonna get in trouble, because I'm really good at picking out things like this. I don't know. Do I have the issue?
That's it. I'm doing it.
You're doing it?
Yep, I'm doing
I
it.
don't know if it's the issue 2, issue 3. I don't know the exact issue. But do you see do you see Badrock in that page right there?
Mm-hmm.
That's Maul. That is a picture of Maul jumping from one of the Wildcats issues where he's jumping out of a plane.
I can believe it.
That is Maul. That is not that is where he got it from. So he's looking at Wildcats, and he took the pose, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a little like, dude, you took like that is a Maul pose, okay? And you're gonna see another one too that I'm gonna in case
those of you out there that don't know what he's talking about, Maul is a character from Wildcats.
Yeah, let me
Jim Lee's Wildcats.
issue 4, issue 3. God, I don't even know. Yeah, issue. I wish I could find it, but I'm pretty sure that's the character Maul jumping out of one of the planes. I don't know. I could Google it. I'm sure, but that takes too much time. But so yeah, MK thinks a 24-hour comic would be a good idea. I think it'd be fun. That'd be a fun thing. Yeah, I would love that. We should do it. So, and you're gonna see another one that is 100% a swipe, and I'm gonna let you guys tell me what it is because I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Again, I honestly have no problem taking poses from books as long as you're redrawing it in your own way. Like, I don't have any problem with that. I don't. It's just if you don't change it enough, I can see it. That's the only thing. You got to change it enough to where someone can't look at it and be like, oh, that's from Youngblood #1 or whatever. I think. Yeah, so this is really funny because so they're jumping in midair. Okay, you see that square gun that Chapel has midair?
Mm-hmm.
Very next page. He's put the gun behind him and he pulled out 2 guns.
Of course, that's what you do.
Oh, it's so bad, dude. It's really not good. I'm really shocked. I'm genuinely shocked because I thought this would be like his best book. I thought he would be like, yeah, this is gonna be my shit. But he really doesn't care. He's doing this, I think, for the trademark rights. For the copyright. Something. Let's see. He's going through. Yeah, like there's an old LaFell book. Look, I mean, even that looks so much better. Like it was off, but it looks so cool. Yeah, just really bad. There's nothing there. There's like a couple of heads and half of a back, and that's the page. Kind of a decent drawing of Die Hard, I guess. I don't really, he's getting thighs, like his calves are looking kind of cool, like old school Buscema or something. But yeah, it's just a really weird book. I don't know. Let's see if I can find the one shot that's yeah, this was the image I thought was all right. Like this image of Die Hard. I was like, all right. I mean, it's not the best, and it's off anatomy and all that, but at least it was kind of dynamic, It's like a little there. Right?
Yeah, it's weird, man.
It's weird, dude. Okay. Yes, here we go. So Avery. See this panel top right? I don't think I can can I zoom in more? Yeah. Okay, see this panel right here?
Yeah.
Can you tell what that panel is from? I recognized it instantly, and I was like, "Oh, you got to be kidding!"
No.
And Andrew, do you recognize? It's mostly recognizable in the pose of the bad guy.
Oh, is it from where Strife is getting punched somewhere?
No, this is a very famous image.
What is it, Todd? I don't know.
You can't tell? It
No,
is.
I can't tell.
It is. Let me see if I have the book. Just by total chance, I have the book near me. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it is Batman punching Superman. Or is it Superman punching Batman? I can't remember. Batman punching Superman in Dark Knight Returns.
You got to show the panel.
Oh.
I'm not familiar with it. It's nothing like that.
It is 100% with the
No,
arm
it's
that way. He looked
not.
at it. 100%.
Whatever. I'm not a fan of Rob
It's
Liefeld, but he did not
it's
swipe that
similar,
panel. No,
but
no, it's not, Todd.
I'm telling you. To me, it
No.
is. I saw that and I'm like, he was looking at it.
Nope, I don't see it.
He was looking at it. He was looking at it.
Nope, don't see it.
Here's a picture of Shaft. He didn't want to redraw the arm diagonal, so Shaft is firing the bolts from the top of the bow.
oh yeah. That's
What?
not how bow and arrows work.
Yeah, it's really bad. So, I mean, that's just
Oh,
not
what the
good.
fuck? What
Yeah,
the
dude.
fuck is?
Look at the mashed potato abs. Like it's just like smearing ink in there, and it's like, yeah, his abs.
But
There's your
like,
detail.
it changes perspective.
Yeah, he's got like big head and like tiny little arms.
Super
he's-
long waist.
And he's fighting Deadpool.
Yeah.
And this is a comic that's in stores, or you had to pay $35
No.
for it?
You had to pay $35, and it was like a.
No, I
you
think it's
had
been
to order it
ordered
through
in
his special
stores.
thing. I don't know. I don't think it's in stores. It's not in stores. You had to order it specifically through his official thingamajig. It was like it
Whatnot.
wasn't a Kickstarter. It was something like that. It was not a Kickstarter, but you had to go to Whatnot and order. Because I looked at it because there's like a gold edition, and he had a bunch of editions. And there's a new Cable character, I guess. I don't know, man. I'm genuinely shocked at how bad this is. You know? It's really bad.
It does look super rushed.
Yeah, and there's like, oh look, Supreme. But like again, it's just mashed potato belly. I don't know, man. I understand like you don't want to put the effort or time in that you did when you were in your 20s. He's like not retired, but kind of retired because he doesn't really need to work anymore. So there's not like a lot of stress there. But like, fuck me, dude. Like, at least put the effort in. If you're gonna do a comic, put the effort in, bro. Like, put some effort, just a little bit. No one expects like your old school New Mutants or X-Force level. But
Youngblood
this is
number
clearly
1,
just a
released from Image Comics, April 12th, 2025. What's today's date? We're into
May
May.
9th.
So yeah, this
Yeah.
would have already come out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For what?
in comics.
Yeah, this is out.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
it-
I could
in
have
comic
swore.
stores,
I
April
could have
12th.
swore. Yeah, I could have swore he was
Oh,
talking
did it?
about. Yeah, that it came out in stores.
Oh,
Like
I
it
didn't know
sold
that.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder
Yeah.
how many issues it sold.
That there is the Creations Premium variant cover, but there was
Okay.
also regular editions. Was there a number 2?
No, it
I
just
don't
came
think
out.
so. Yeah, but usually they solicit like a couple in advance. There is no. Yeah, it was 32-page comic cardstock cover for $19.99 was the retail cost of it in stores.
Jesus. For this book.
He was asking $20 in the store. That's no signature, nothing, just $20 for it. Wow. The dude's got brass balls, man.
I mean, he made money off it, but God, I mean, he might have just spent his wad, dude, because there's no. Why would you? It's just not worth it. You know?
Watch as he finishes his artistic load all over us
Fires.
mere peasants.
He's firing his artistic load.
Oh.
Fires. In other news, I was looking at. I saw a video, and we'll look at it. I used to own this. Not this one because I would never pay that much money for it, but this is Alan Davis Fantastic Four.
The end.
The End Special Edition, the Sketch Edition. I don't know if you. Oh, hold on, I'm not even sharing it. I'm forgetting that I'm sharing.
Yeah, they did they did edition of that of Avengers #1 by George Perez, Captain America #1 by Ron Garney,
Ron
and
Garney. Yep.
Thor by John Romita Jr.
Yes.
So
And like, yeah, you can't. It's really hard to see, but someone did a video, and I'm going to share the video because I want to show you this because I had this. I think I had this. I had the other two 100%. I don't. If I had it, I don't know what I did with it. But this
I
is
didn't
now.
have that.
This is now on my like we must buy. Look, watch
Yeah.
this. Hold on, let me.
now I remember reading the comics. It was a fantastic story.
Yeah, I bought the Fantastic Four issues, but I don't have that pencil version. I got the George Perez and the Ron Garney one.
Yep.
Dude, wait until you see these pages. Like, I think this might be the best thing that he's ever drawn. Let me get to the actual book here.
Somebody really likes to be on camera, doesn't he?
This guy?
Yeah.
Well, he's making a video.
Yeah, I know, but the guy doing the Youngblood one wasn't had his face all over it.
Yeah. Look at these pencils, dude.
Yep.
Like, look how good that is. And I have to say, like, the entire book is this good. Way more than some of his other pieces.
Alan Davis is amazing.
He's a master, bro. Like, here, let's see this double when he turns the page. Look at this. Like, it's just really, really good. And the story is fantastic. I picked up the story from Andrew's comic shop, but seeing the pencils, I'm like, good Lord. Like he even drew the sound effects. Like this was a book he wrote and drew, and he just wanted to tell it. And, he just killed it. It's so good. And so I'm like, yeah, this is one of those that I have to get. I got to find this and pick it up at some place. Like, yeah, there's this Reed Richards profile that's coming up right below this. Look at this. Look at that face. It's almost like a Adam Hughes.
Yeah. Remember, Alan Davis also uses Mark Farmer as his inker.
Yep. Like, it's just gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. It's impressively good, and the book is great. The art in the book is great, but with the modern coloring and stuff, you don't get to see all of this.
Mm-mm.
So this is now on my I'm looking to buy page.
Yeah,
buy
sure.
This is just you don't get to see this. This is a masterwork. And I had like I said, I had the Perez and the Garney, but this blows those out of the water. Like, there's no question. Like, I don't know any other outside of like the draw magazines or the some of those interview magazines, like the comic magazines. I don't know if you would really be able to see like an issue like this in pencil from Alan Davis, right?
Oh yeah.
This is something he worked on. Like, he wanted to make this good. Like, come on. Like, come on. He's just one of those guys too. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like he's ever gotten his due. Like, he's so good, but he never got as big as like a Jim Lee or McFarlane or anything like that.
Yeah,
you know?
when he absolutely deserved it.
Yeah. Look at that, dude. Like
And
all
it's
the
not like
Kirby equipment.
Yeah, and it's not like he wasn't doing good books. His art was amazing on everything they put him on.
Yeah.
And he's another one of the people that came out of the Neil Adams thing.
Yeah. It's just so good.
Like Bill Sienkiewicz started as like Neil Adams-ish, and then went fine art illustration, like off the rails crazy with it.
Mhm.
He started with Neil Adams and became even more refined and fluid.
Yeah, it kind of
and tight.
it kind of pushes into John Byrne. It's like John Byrne
Yeah.
meets Buscema.
Yeah, but the basis is Neil Adams.
Yeah, look at that.
But it's
I don't know.
It's much more refined, much more fluid.
I did not expect. I was like, oh yeah, I'll watch a little, Alan Davis pencil book. That's cool. I can't remember when this came out, dude. I did not expect it to look like this.
It's
Are you
incredible.
kidding?
Yeah.
Holy shit. So, yeah, I don't want to buy it on
ever-
eBay or anything.
Have you ever seen his Justice League The Nail? And the
Oh
Nail
yeah, that's
Yes.
really good.
That's gorgeous.
It's really
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, I used to have it. That's a book that I don't have. The Nail and the Nail 2 I don't have, but I'd love to get. I mean, come on. It doesn't deserve to be this good. You know what I mean? Like, he's really wanting this to be. He's pushing everything.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, look how tight the pencils are.
hmm he wrote this too, correct?
Yep, I believe so.
Yeah. Whenever they started letting this dude write and draw things, but like this and the Nail, he just like his stuff really, like Excalibur was good. Then they even let him write on that, but I think the book was too far gone by that time.
Well, yeah, and it wasn't ever like a popular book.
No, it wasn't. I bought it because it was part of the X-Men books, but he was on it.
And
It was
see-
good, and then he left. And when they brought him back, it's like even he couldn't save it.
The biggest problem with
Yeah.
Excalibur when it started is it was very Captain Britain focused.
Yeah,
And a lot of people weren't familiar with his backstory and his side, because there were a lot of like side characters and villains that showed up that were Captain Britain
yeah,
related, and nobody knew who they were, and it didn't make any sense. Saturn 9, nobody knew who that was,
yeah.
and that's one. I remember Excalibur being gorgeous and loving
It
it
was.
for the Alan Davis artwork.
Yeah, and I liked it.
It wasn't the story.
I was
It was never the story.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was buying it. Well, the Alan Davis art and the X-Men characters that were there, because they were all characters that were injured during the Mutant Massacre.
Yep.
And that's
Kitty-
where they went.
Kitty,
to
Nightcrawler,
heal.
and Rachel. Yeah.
Yeah, they were healing, they were rehabbing, and they ended up with Captain Britain. Because Betsy Psylocke, who's an X-Man, is his sister.
Yep.
I just am stunned at how good this issue is.
Yeah, those X-Men characters stayed there because they thought the X-Men died. So they didn't go back home. Yeah.
I remember the
I
one
remember
issue
now.
where they were flying back to the U.S. and they were flying on. Cap Britain was like flying Kitty Pryde on his back, and she had like to wear a big, huge, like parka, because it was
Oh
so
yeah.
cold, and she needed a pee break, and they found a troller. And they landed on it, and she had to go to the bathroom, and the bathroom was like disgusting. And Nightcrawler says, "Did you do it?" She says, "I don't want to talk about that ever."
Oh man.
There were some good stories in there. Chris Claremont was
Mhm.
knocking it out of the park, even with that one. But
Yeah.
there were so many characters that showed up that you had no idea who they were, like the Warwolves. Those
Yeah.
were originally a Captain Britain nemesis. And the way the story was told, you just either knew them or you didn't know them, The
Yeah.
TechNet, when they showed up, they were, they were Captain Britain villains. They were just weird ass villains to begin with. So,
Yeah. Some of them were weird.
no. This story is
Yeah.
fantastic. If you've never read Fantastic Four: The End, it's a great story.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I'm like, look, no one expects Rob Liefeld to be Alan Davis. But you could put I mean, come on, like that one panel is worth that. This one page is worth more than that other book.
Oh yeah,
In
Dude,
you know what I mean?
he draws these fluid, almost realistic in a way characters, but yet makes it work with Kirby machinery.
Yeah.
Because all that technology there is definitely Kirby inspired. This is a book written and drawn by somebody that loves the Fantastic Four.
That loves the
absolutely.
Fantastic Four.
Absolutely.
Like if I was Mark Farmer, I don't know, man. This would be really hard to ink, I think, because it's so subtle in the pencils.
Well, Mark Farmer again. Mark Farmer's a master.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Clea is taking over as Sorcerer Supreme in this. Oh no,
Look
it's
at
his
this.
daughter. That's right, his daughter with Clea.
Like, holy crap, dude. I look at these pages. They're just so packed.
It's like I know I couldn't even begin to touch something like this.
No. Sometimes you just have to realize that this is someone who's been drawing it for so long that he decided to hit his epoch or whatever right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this also is like you don't get a better Alan Davis than this.
You know what's so
You know?
sad is we see artists like this and we would love to own and see them do their own creative own work. Alan Davis has done creator-owned books, but it's stuff that's now Marvel. Marvel owns it. The Clandestine is one of his creator-owned
That's right.
things, but it's Marvel.
That's right.
So it's a shame. I would rather have some of those great creators go off and make their own stuff and make their mark in the comic world, and instead they're just as happy doing Fantastic Four, Batman.
Well, didn't we do the math on this? And it's like if you do something like 15 issues, you're in the top 10% of independent creators in comics or something.
Pretty much.
Wasn't that it? It was something like that, 12 to 15 issues. I don't remember what it was, but
yeah, it's not that many.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. Like again, Jim Lee's done a ton of, millions of issues, thousands, but Wildcats, he stopped at issue like 12. I think he got credit on 13 and 14, but it really wasn't him. It was the rest of the studio doing stuff. He was doing like layouts.
Covers, and that's why.
Yeah.
Yep.
So all you got to do, Andrew's in the top 10% already with Hero.
Yeah, I don't think so. Well, technically, there's 12 issues of Hero. Each volume is 6 issues. So,
That's what I'm saying. Well, guys, is there anything else we should discuss? Anything else going on?
Yeah.
No.
I got nothing.
got
Yeah, I've got nothing. Sorry. Yeah,
You're all right.
I gotta say though, those pencils you showed, just beautiful. I mean, they're
Unbelievably
almost too good to ink. But
Ugh.
yeah, oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything good on TV.
good.
No.
No,
All right.
no. But yeah, we're
the wife and I just
No,
finished Banshee, and we just started on Paramount Plus Happy Face,
Oh, all right.
which is actually based on a true story. So we're like three episodes in, and it's a pretty interesting story.
Well, if you're nostalgic for not nostalgic for the early 2000s, White Collar and the Twilight Saga are on Netflix. So I don't know, mid level sub prestige TV drama or sparkly vampires.
Oh, here
Pick
I
your poison.
I got to read this to you. You might find this funny. There's 2 reviews of Youngblood #1, one right after the other. The first one says, "Comic book review: Youngblood 1. Rob Liefeld returns. The blood is back, and oh yeah, it absolutely delivers. Rob Liefeld, the original creator, returns to both writing and art duties in Youngblood #1, and it's everything fans could hope for." It was a 5-star review. There's more to it. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but then the next review right after it is 0 stars, and it says, "This was not worth the $30 I paid to get this book. I'm not even going to give this a rating because I see no point. Glad that Rob and got to play with his babies again, but nothing in this book has given me any reason to come back for another issue." Don't worry, there probably won't be another issue.
there won't be. There won't be.
I'm guessing the first review was maybe written by Rob himself.
Yeah.
The first review was written by somebody called Cool Thunder.
Yeah, that sounds like
Who it is, but-
He's got a fan base. He definitely has a fan base.
Oh, he does. Oh, absolutely.
Well, anyway, yeah, I got nothing, guys. I'm starting to fade.
No, you're good. Look, it's 10 o'clock. We made it. We made it.
Yeah.
Well, happy Friday, guys. Andrew, have a good time at your comic shop this weekend.
Oh, I will. I will.
Keep an eye out for me for that Alan Davis rough edition.
Honestly, that's something you'll probably find at a convention like a Heroes Con.
Yeah.
So that's what I would look out for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'll wait until we go to Heroes and I'll see. Would it be under Fantastic Four? I guess. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
Put the legwork in, buddy.
All
right, Wrap it
All right,
up.
guys.
Good night.
Love you guys. Hey, Richard, how you doing? Good evening, gentlemen, and to you as well, Drew. I hope everyone is doing all right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Hey, Richard.
Good
What's
night,
up?
Hey,
MK.
Richard.
Love you all. MK says night, guys. Night, MK. Love
Later,
you too.
MK.
Have a good weekend, and we will see you next week. Until then, be good, and pray for everyone.